Alright, we're back with the fourth and final video here, showing off the Pyromancer, which, as you can probably tell by the name of the class, is all about fire! If you are a pyromaniac or enjoy flames of any kind, this is your class. The Pyromancer has a similar playstyle to the Technomancer, which I demonstrated earlier, where he excels the most at medium to long range, kind of sticking back, using cover just a little bit more than the Devastator and the Trickster, which, as you noticed, I had hardly used cover at all for those two classes. But a lot of the Pyromancer abilities are focused on AoE damage and have a good amount of crowd control too. And then the healing mechanic for the Pyromancer class is, as long as you mark enemies with your abilities, any damage dealt to them while they're marked then regenerates your health. And so that's kind of that class's unique health mechanic there. I would definitely have to say that in certain party comps, if you're playing with friends or randoms, the Pyromancer is definitely going to be a pretty common favorite, just because of the amount of AoE that Pyromancers can put down range, and it's really good for taking care of large groups of enemies. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and initiate that side quest again.
You've been
It's the least I can do.
I want to hear the moment or
Marshall's got us patrolling the damn town. That guy's crazy. They're saying the hound's got what?
Alright, so I've got just basic gear on my Pyromancer right now. The light machine gun gives me health every time that I kill an enemy and then reload. I've got some mods that enable the increase of certain abilities, which I'll explain here in a second. So some of the skills for the Pyromancer are Heat Wave, where it's similar to the Devastator's Earthquake. You just summon a giant flame wave in front of you that deals damage. And also inflicts burning. So it's an initial damage ability, and then it's damage over time. And then it also marks enemies, and when you deal damage to them, that's how you heal. You've got Feed the Flames, where you shoot out this like fire whip at enemies, and it pulls them towards you, but you can also use it to pull enemies out of cover. And then it also gives you a good amount of lifesteal, and then it inflicts ash on them, which is kind of like this like weakening debuff on an enemy. And then you've got Thermal Bomb, which is actually a really cool ability. It inflicts enemy with a status where it doesn't actually do anything to them initially, except mark them, and then you can heal by damaging them. But if they die while afflicted by Thermal Bomb, as you can see in the little preview video there, they rise up into the air and they turn into this giant bomb that just explodes and does area damage, which is really cool. And then finally, Overheat. This is a great crowd control ability and good if you're getting flanked or rushed. Basically, you shoot out this this wave from your body in a 360-degree radius that interrupts skills. Their enemies become afflicted with burn. Or if they're already inflicted with burn, it consumes that debuff for extra damage, which also acts as an interrupt too, which is cool. But right now I'm running Heat Wave, Feed the Flames, and Thermal Bomb.
Come, see what? Just Hey, Shira. I got some business in Hound's territory. What can you tell me about their leader, this guy Barker?
He fights dirty, preys on the innocent. His men are loyal because they're terrified of him.
Would you let this guy run things inside your walls?
He's too well fortified at the bottom of the rift.
Let's go go ahead and restock, and then we'll get started here. Love it. Just a giant pulpy mess. So the class melee for the Pyromancer does burn damage, but also inflicts ash, which is kind of like a crowd control ability that applies this weaken debuff on enemies. So I've got a mod that makes it so that way that Feed the Flames, which is kind of like that whip, fire whip that pulls people out of cover and does lifesteal. I've got a mod that enables me to hit multiple targets, because normally it's only a single target ability. So the Pyromancer has a lot of abilities that are great for pulling people out of cover or hitting them behind cover. Poor guy, he's literally just burned to a crisp there. Okay, picked up some pants. But I've got better pants. So, what a shame. I definitely have to say that banana clip on that gun is absolutely ridiculous. Can you imagine if that was a gun in real life, having a clip like that? That would be so cumbersome and annoying to deal with in terms of ergonomics. So, as you've probably noticed in Outriders, yes, there's guns, yes, there's armor, but if you were to compare it to, say, other looter shooters like Destiny or The Division or whatever, Outriders is an ability-based game with guns for backup support. Whereas, like, say, Destiny is a guns-based game with abilities for backup. I think that would be the best way to compare and contrast the two, because people are like, oh, like, what makes this stand apart from Destiny? Why wouldn't you just play that? I mean, obviously the camera angle and playstyle and movement is different between the two games too, but I think that's honestly the best way to describe the differences. Is Outriders is an ability-based game with guns for backup, and Destiny is a guns-based game with abilities for backup. Okay, cool. Got a gun. Nice. Okay, I'll hold on to that for right now. It's a little better than what I've got, but not really anything that amazing. Alright, we got one more drop here in the chest. Then we gotta turn in the quest for the XP. So how fast travel will work when it comes to inside of a party is someone will initiate fast travel and then the other party members have to agree to said travel, and that's how it will then bring the whole group at once, which is kind of nice because then that way people can't like jump around the map without you. You can, you know, decline the travel, and that way you can finish your inventory management and whatnot before you're ready to go. Okay. Clip of Almathea. There's a 20% chance critical shots do not consume ammo. Well, that's cool. Shots on enemies afflicted by a status condition inflict that status to the nearest enemy. That's cool too. Man, I love seeing all these mods. Every time I see new mods that I didn't even know were in the game, but according to the devs, they said that there are several hundred mods of rank 1, 2, and 3 variety. So it'll be cool when the full game comes out to kind of explore and see what all they do and what are some of the coolest combinations you can do with them. So let's go ahead and there we go, get that quest tracked so that way we can initiate it. We'll go ahead and do this other side quest here, and then that'll be the final class demonstration for Outriders. Hopefully I've been able to explain things clearly and shown off at least decent enough gameplay that you get a good idea of what each class is about. You know, this is kind of just an impromptu thing, but this game has a lot of promise in my opinion, and it's really fun, and I can't wait to see where this leads, especially because the end game for Outriders sounds very, very promising. They have these 14 expeditions after you beat the main campaign that unlock, that basically function like raids from Destiny. And these experiences are completely new. They don't reuse any of the old campaign locations or mechanics, which is really cool. And so each of these expeditions are also affected by the 15 world tiers. So you can do an expedition at any world tier that you choose. And then, yeah, that's how you just keep climbing your power and get better gear. So you can do higher levels, and then you get better gear again, so you can even go higher level above that. So it's definitely a good and satisfying gameplay loop. Come on, poke your head. Ah, I missed completely. I'm terrible. There we go. So something I've actually noticed in this game is that it's technically possible to, in quote, quickscope. When you're in cover, you can see very faintly a white faint reticle that marks the center of your screen and where you're going to aim when you poke out of cover. You can actually kind of align this where an enemy's head is, and you can aim real quick, and because you scope in pretty quickly. So you can like quick scope, basically like bam, bam, like that. It's kind of a neat mechanic. It doesn't work all the time because there's an inherent scope in time that can reduce your accuracy, but it works about 75% of the time. So the phrase, it works 100% of the time, 75% of the time, definitely applies. Oop, there goes some cover there. Well, that was cool. When I shot the guy's helmet, parts of the armor plating fell off. That's a neat mechanic. Didn't know that existed. I also didn't know that you can shoot his backpack to make him catch on fire. That's even cooler too. Look at that. I'm learning things as I go still. Oh, I missed that shot. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's interesting. So the captain was shielding them with something. Ha! I got you, sniper, before you got me. I'll take it. There we go. He was about to do that little silly revive thing again. Luckily, I got him before that happened. Come on, poke your head just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I missed the shot even though I was waiting for it. I'm such a noob. Alright, let's have fun with the last guy here. You're gonna die a horrible slow death, sir. Sploosh. Oh, I love it. Poor guy literally could not do anything about it, too. Alright, let's loot Goblin up. Nice. Dang, a lot of stuff dropped there. That's awesome. Let's check it out real quick. Oh, yeah. A bunch of stuff dropped. Nice. Oh, man, I keep getting this clip combustion mod, which, honestly, I don't think is that great of a mod. Maybe if on a shotgun, if you're up close and in a group of enemies, I could see it come in handy because it does AoE around you, but I think it's terrible for longer range classes like the Pyromancer and the Technomancer. Oh, nice. Got a revolver. Cool. I'm good with the sniper I have so far. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna increase your skill damage against marked enemies or reduce the cooldown. Oh yeah, definitely gonna reduce the cooldown. That'll come in handy. More abilities I can spam, the better I'm doing my job as a pyro. Alright, cool. I'll turn in the quest for some XP, and then maybe if I think of any closing thoughts, I'll add that. But otherwise, that's it. That's the 4th class in Outriders. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know my commentary may not be the best, or I might sound silly or whatever, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
I want to hear the moment or search for it.
Recycling troops from other trenches for this assault. Insurgents will seize the advantage and attack our lead.
Oh, nice. I forgot to claim my world tier rewards. Let's see what I get here real quick. Oh, very nice. I like it. Burning bullets. Okay, cool. Definitely, yeah, I don't like that mod, but these are way more powerful anyway, so. Burning bullets? I mean, that would literally be along the lines of what my class does, is burn people, so that would be like a perfect synergy for it. This has 6 more firepower, and the mod sounds interesting. I'm not sure what that actually entails, if it just gives me free crits, or it just makes like their headshot hitbox larger by 15%. I don't know, that's just my guess, but we'll go with the burning bullets assault rifle for the time being. Alright, there we go. Anyways, yeah, thanks for coming along for the ride. Hopefully this convinced you to maybe try the game. I would love it if you played it, because, you know, we could always use more people playing the game. I know I've already bought the game because I'm excited to play it. After quitting Destiny, I've been really looking for a good looter shooter to scratch that itch, and this is looking like it's going to be that. So, alright, I'll see you around.